Good morning, campers. Faze here once again, back from the dead with an exciting Shovelglove Supplemental. Before I get started, I want to give a special shout out to all of my subscribers. You guys and gals are awesome, and I appreciate the support. Now, we're going to get going with the Shovelglove Punches, which is not only a new move that you can use and enjoy and have fun with, but we're also going to talk about techniques for generating power that you can apply to other Shovelglove moves that you may or may not be doing already. So, I've got my trusty 6-pound demonstration Shovelglove here, and I'm going to sink down into, your basic stance. My left foot is forward, my right leg is back a little bit. I've got the hammerhead in my right hand, and I like to hold it with my palm up, but you can do it the other way. Whatever's comfortable for you is just groovy with me. So we're going to start with the hook. The hook starts from the back leg, and I talk about generating power, and there's a lot of confusion about what it means to do a movement explosively, and so I want to hopefully I can clear that up a little bit. So, we can do the punch just by putting our hand out, and that's perfectly cool. If you just want to stick your hand out, this is still a good movement. You're still moving forward, and you're going to feel this all up and down your arm, especially in your shoulder when you're at full extension, and challenging your grip here, and that's totally cool. But doing it explosively doesn't necessarily mean doing it faster. I can do this over and over again, and I'm going to work up a sweat, and it's going to be fun. But if we want to really generate power, then we have to get our legs involved. So this is also kind of an answer to that age-old Shovelglove question, what about my legs? So we're going to talk about that. So right now, everything is pointing forward. You can't see them, but my toes are pointed forward, my hips are pointed forward. Everything is just going straight at the screen here. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drop my right hip back a little bit. My back leg, my back hip. I'm going to drop it behind. You can see how that twists my body. I bend my knees a little bit, and everything comes back. A martial arts instructor might compare this to like coiling a spring. Imagine your body as the spring, and you're going to put the pressure down on it, coil it backwards. Now to really generate power in this punch, what I'm going to do is push with this back leg. I'm going to push with my right foot off the floor and just drive that thing out. All the movement starts down here in the foot. It's going to push off the floor, it's going to straighten my leg, drive my right hip forward, and that is going to translate up my core into my arm and drive out. So you can see that it's not just that I'm doing this faster over and over again like this. I'm coiling back, pop, back, pop. And we do the same thing on the opposite side. Kind of get sideways so you can see a little bit better. Coil everything back. Variations on the punch. Obviously the jab, or the hook that we just discussed comes from the back. You can also leave your right leg in front, and you can jab the same way. You coil it back, push it forward. And there's also the uppercut, which comes from underneath. I like to do that with my right leg back. So we're going to coil everything back and punch straight up. Really throw your whole body into it. Remember, you're using your legs to generate power, to drive your hips, which translates the force up your core into your arms. All your hands are doing here is controlling the movement. It's a full body exercise. Keep that in mind. So again, see this here from the side. Left hand, we're going to do jab from the front, coil the front leg back, push, push with the foot, and we're going to uppercut, push it up. Now again, you can't quite see this. If I can step back a little bit more, maybe that'll help. But watch my back leg on that uppercut especially. See how it twists. You can bring it up off the floor if that helps you to turn your body with it. Now, as I said, you can apply this power generation trick to any technique that you're using. One of my favorite ones is to take our favorite stoke the furnace and make it into a spear thrust. So what I'm doing is, I've got my spear, I'm going to coil my hips back and I'm driving through this back leg. Bring it back. See, everything's coiled and bent and down and low. Push, push, push. It's all in the legs. So remember, explosive isn't necessarily faster repetitions. It's pop, explosive. Use your whole body. Bend your legs. Coil like a spring.
I just wanted to remind everybody who may be watching this video that I am by no means to be considered a fitness or healthcare professional. I am just some skinny little curly-headed dude that happens to like playing with sledgehammers. So if you insist on doing any of the stupid things that you see me doing in these videos, then you can't blame me if anything bad happens. I just want to put that out there. And a special thing about the Shovelglove punches and explosive movements in general is that it's really very easy with these kinds of techniques to overextend your joints, which is a bad thing to do because it hurts a whole bunch and it's really difficult to recover from. So, you know, be careful if you do decide to experiment with these movements or any other ones, to go slow at first, use a lighter weight if you have them. You know, I was using a 6-pound hammer in today's demonstration, and you know, it's just a little bit easier on you. But you know, especially with the punches, because there's so much technique involved, it's a good idea to try these out and get a feel for that power generation thing without the weight in your hand before you try and do it with the weight in your hand. And you know, don't bang your joints when you try that. You put that out there, you can really like throw this thing out and lose control, and you can hyperextend your elbow, and it sucks. So, you know, be careful with that, and try not to extend all the way to where you're banging the thing all the way open. You know, you just have to get it out about 95%, you know, 95% or so. Leave a little bit of give there so that it's not, you know, cracked out, so that you're really smacking your, elbow there. And, you know, Tux, who I know is a Shovelglove favorite, says that he would really hate it if you hurt yourself.